Hey there. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I hope you're doing good today. Today we're going to be in Mark chapter 4. And I just wanted to give you a little encouragement today from Mark's Gospel. In Mark chapter 4, Jesus teaches a lot of parables here. But then at the end of the passage, at the end of the chapter, we have this lovely passage beginning in verse 37 about the disciples and Jesus crossing over the lake. And they're in the boat, and Jesus is asleep. You know the story. I hope you'll go and look at it in Mark's Gospel in chapter 4. The disciples are in the boat, and the boat's being swamped by the water. And Jesus is in the back, asleep on a pillow. And so he's not worried about the boat being swamped. He's asleep. And the disciples, of course, they're worried because they're fishermen and they know what happens when boats get swamped in a storm like that. People drown, and that's what they want to know about Jesus. They said, "Don't you care that we're drowning or that we're going to drown?" So they come to him, the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. They wake him and they say to him, "Master, carest thou not that we perish?" And he rose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, "Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith?" Yeah, because Jesus was in the boat with them, and he wasn't worried about the storm. He's asleep. That's how unworried he was. And they're just all torn up because of their experience. They know what's about to happen, but they don't know what's about to happen. So that's just it. They think they know what's about to happen, but they don't. And Jesus wants to know where their faith is. The New International Version says, "Do you still have no faith?" Yeah, all this time I've been with you, and you come into a storm, and the storm's bad, and you don't have any faith? Really? I'm in the boat with you. And of course the winds and the waves are still, and then their fear turns to terror. And in the last verse of that chapter, we hear them say, they said to one another, "What manner of man is this that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Well, he's not a man, is he? Well, he's more than a man, actually. He's the man. He's the God-man. And they don't get that yet. But the question is wonderful because it sets up an answer for us in the 5th chapter. Because in chapter 5, verse 7, we hear the demoniac say, "I know who you are, Jesus. You're the Son of God. You're the Son of the Most High God." Yeah. So the demoniac answers the disciples' questions. What manner of man is this? Well, he's the Son of the Most High God. So that's why he has the power over the winds and the wave. As I was meditating on this passage, I put myself in the place of the disciples, and I said all the words that they say to Jesus. "Why don't you care about me? And what manner of man is this?" And then I turned myself around in my mind's eye and faced Jesus and realized what a waste of space I am in his boat, because it is his boat. I'm just in it, along for the ride. And as I stood there before him, I realized I am standing before the Son of the Most High God. And he's in the boat, and I'm in it with him. And I don't deserve to be. And as I stood there in my little mind picture, as I was painting it for myself, I bowed down before him and wept. Because I realized just how wonderful he is and how unwonderful I am. How in control he is and how out of control I am. Even in the midst of the storms that we're facing right now, we're in the boat with Jesus. We don't need to be so terrified, and we don't need to be so worried, even though our experience tells us how bad it's going to be. We really don't know what's going to happen because he's in the boat. Are you in the boat with him? Well, I hope that you'll consider this passage today and meditate on it and find hope in it, because he's in control. He is the Son of the Most High God. I hope that you'll bless his name today. Make much of Jesus on this Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, moms. I love you guys, and I miss you. I wish I could be preaching a Mother's Day sermon to you today. But we'll get together soon. So I'll see you then. Bye.